if you're feeling like you are over 2024, but you have no idea what end is up, you know that we're moving forward. We are done with the year. You want to leave it all behind you, but you can't even seem to scramble up enough energy to pick your head up and say, what direction am I even going? What am I wanting to do? This reading is for you. So guys, I just want to remind you, I'm Helona Mahina, and before we get into this reading, I know we've all been hearing the rumors about TikTok and what's going to be happening in the next month with it. So I just want to make sure that you guys are following me on my YouTube, my TikTok, and on my Instagram. All of them are Helona Mahina, to make sure that you're keeping up with all of my videos. Of course, YouTube will have the longer, more in-depth videos, but just in case the rumor is true, we want to make sure that you guys are still getting your readings. So back to the reading, we're going to do a what is it that I need to be focusing on? How do I even pull myself together? What is it that I need to be doing? Asking the tarot cards with this pick a card. So I am going to go ahead and show you guys now what the options are, and whatever it is that resonates with you the best. If you're feeling drawn to a couple of different ones, watch a couple of them, get the messages that you need, disregard anything that doesn't fit. Head on over to my page where you will see the thumbnail and get started on your reading. Pile number one, let's find out what the tarot wants you to know as far as what is going on and what is it you need to know to move forward and feel confident moving forward into this new year. The energy that I got and the image I got right away for pile number one, your energy, and I don't mean to like make light of this, but like I got like mashed potatoes and then like butter on the inside melting, and you're the butter on the inside melting. And even though you would think like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds wonderful, you feel like I'm literally drowning, I'm literally suffocating. How am I supposed to breathe in mashed potatoes as I'm being like, just like ooped out? There's nothing, you can't even see me anymore, you can't even tell. Like I'm just a blobfish in this reality. I'm not even present anymore, I'm not even here, I'm just one with the potatoes, and I don't even feel like butter anymore. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be that way, but that is the image that I got for you guys. So hold on, let's figure out what it is that you need to know. We have the Elder card. I promise you guys we're gonna get through this. 111, you're gonna get through this. So with the Elder card, what they're letting you know is that you are not alone. You feel old. I understand. I feel like we all feel old. I don't understand how this year went by so fast, and it seems like a blink of an eye, but it feels like we all aged like 20 years in a year. It's insanity. But the point that this is trying to make to you is that you are wise. You've gotten wisdom through this situation. A lot of what you've struggled through, or even the fact that you feel like I'm just so disassociated and I don't even know how to pull it back, that's wisdom. That's showing that there's more to me. I want more. I want better. There's that fire within me, even though it feels like you don't have it in you, even though it feels so exhausting. You feel like you've been snuffed out already. Your flame is just gone. It's still there. There's a glimmer. There's a hope. That's why you're here. That's why you're asking. That's why you're trying. And so it's saying hold on to that. Give yourself time to recover. You need to see 2024 as like your older years. Like, be grateful that you got to experience it, but also be appreciative that your body, your mind, your soul got through such a turbulent time. Rest, take care of yourself, nurture yourself. Like I said, honor and respect the time that you've been through with this year. It's been very challenging for you. But what's actually really beautiful about this is that last year was that last little like hump. Like when you hear those when you hear those stories when people are like, oh, and when you're talking about like success and trying to persevere and trying to make it, you always see somebody like pushing a boulder up a hill, right? And so what this is saying is you finally push that boulder up over that lump. You're over that up over that hump. And so now is the time to really, like I said, appreciate what you've done. Maybe it's hard to breathe up here. There's not as much oxygen at the top of the mountain, but you made it. You're here. You got here. Your body did this, and you're now on your throne. You're now able to see and look out, and you're able to say, I want here, I don't want here, I want to put a slide and a waterfall over there, however you want. But that's your reality. You're finally on top. You're finally over all the madness, all the chaos, all the bullshit. And when you sit up there and you look at the top of the mountain, instead of being like, oh my gosh, look how hard it was, oh my gosh, look at this boulder, stop that. Get up there and say, look at what a badass I am and look how beautiful it is up here. Look at what I have accomplished. When you start to look at your life that way, when you start to see the gratitude, the appreciation for the things that you've gone through, you start to learn the lessons of why certain things repeated themselves so hard lately, you're going to see that that allowed you to let go of certain things, that allows you to open up new doors and to achieve and to become somebody that you never could fathom yourself of becoming before because you had that extra baggage and heaviness with you. So when you look up and you decide to say, I see this from a different perspective, I'm doing this in a different perspective, there is going to be such success for you. I'm talking like manifestations quickly, guys. I'm talking about everything that you've been working for, everything that you've been trying to do. Things are going to come in for you so abundantly. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still human experience. There's still going to be ups and downs and all of that craziness. But even as the seasons wane and you go through your own phases, you're still going to be secure. You're still going to have abundance. You're still going to understand and know how to prep yourself and how to get through those harder times. So understand that you are the wise one through this. You made this. You're exhausted because you took an ass beating because you really needed to learn a lesson, and be grateful for that. You got through this. What else does pile number 1 need to know? I mean, honestly, that was so beautiful. Ace of Earth. I literally just told you guys this. If you can see what it is that you have done and accomplished and look at things in a different way, you are going to start to create. You are stepping into, you will manifest the life of your dreams. If you can look at things just a little bit differently, instead of thinking so much, I've got to fight, do. Start going within, talking, listening, working on the inside. Why do I view things this way? How can I view this in a better way? How can I change the fact that I feel exhausted? What can I do that brings me joy? What can I do that makes me feel more alive? And I'm not talking about like drinking a cup of coffee necessarily. Yes, of course, that'll help you wake up. But I'm sure if that was your first go-to, you drink coffee all the time. So I'm talking about waking up your soul. Paint again. Maybe you like to color with crayons when you were a kid. Do that again. Find something that wakes your soul up. Start doing different tasks, trying different things, just to start to feel alive and to start having gratitude, appreciation, and viewing things in a different way. And I promise you that new reality is going to come for you. It's going to be different than what you've expected or what you thought you were going to be doing, but you're going to love it. It's going to be, like I said, definitely something new, but you're going to know when it happens what it is, and you're going to nurture it. You're going to take care of it, and it's going to bloom and blossom quickly for you in the beginning of 2025. And what I'm even seeing for you is that by the time that we get out of winter and we are starting to hit like spring, so I'm talking like April to June-ish, there's going to be a huge pivotal change for you guys. There's going to be a pivotal change in the world in general with what's going on, but for you especially, this is where you're really going to start to see those fruitions happening, just the same way like the flowers are coming up and all of that kind of a stuff. And that same time is really when those manifestations are going to start to appear for you in such an abundance that you can't ignore it. You guys are going to have things happening already. It's going to be quick as the year starts. There's going to be a lot of hints, a lot of, see, I'm trying to tell you, and you're going to probably ignore them. Try not to. Try to allow yourself to say, there it is. I see it. I recognize it. I appreciate it. I honor it. I bring that in. Look at how I attract that into such abundance, into such quickness. Look how I manifest so easily. And then you're going to see, like I said, huge things where you're like, this is undeniable. This is incredible. We have empathic starseed, like I said. It is simply a matter of you understanding that you have the ability to do this. This is why you've been beat. This is why you're exhausted. The energies are heavy. There's been so much going on our planet that it's insanity to even think about, and you have felt all of that. You have tried to manage the feelings of all of this by trying to conform yourself to what the 3D is telling you that you are, and you need to step out of that. You need to, like I said, be grateful for what you've gotten through. Understand that ass whooping was for a reason. Take the lesson and keep it pushing. You have this. You're already this person. You're already this being. There's no question. You feel it. You see it. When you look in the mirror, you see it within yourself. Even when you want to doubt yourself, you still see it within yourself. That little spark, that little flame, that little fire, that's you. And you're just like, why does my 3D not reflect this? Why is it not happening? Why am I so exhausted? Blah, 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 blah. Stop doing that. Understand who you are. Look within. Do that work. Honor who it is that you know that you are on the inside. Do the inner work. Have that gratitude. Be grateful for what you got through. And I promise you, not only are you going to go through that portal, but it'll all make sense for you guys. Pile number 2, let's find out what the cards, the universe, your higher self wants you to know as far as letting go of 2024 and moving into 2025. I do want to start off and say right away, though, that the energies that I feel compared to pile number 1 that I just did are very different. You guys have accepted the way that things are, and not in like a bad way of like settling, but being like, I see, I understand. And even though, yes, things are scary, I have found myself enough to understand I'm going to make it through this, even if I don't know what that means yet. The 8 of Fire. Yes. Okay. You guys have been running a marathon. You have been putting in the work. And let me say, I need to tell you right now, I am so fucking proud of you because the amount of work that you've been putting in is absolutely incredible. Most specifically, Sagittarius's. I know that you have been going through it. I know that there has been for a lot of you a super huge transformation. It's like a flip has been switched for you in the last few weeks. So you deserve a round of applause. Good for you. Yes, you're on the right track. Yes, you got this shit. No, you are not crazy. No, you did not lose your mind. You have just woken up and you have done a damn good job. Keep on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep journaling. Keep talking to yourself. Keep getting that counseling. Keep putting in that good work. You feel it. You see it. Yes, it's hard. I know it's a struggle, but you got this shit. You have done most of the work and you've done most of this work by yourself. Let's be real. Yes, you have a community of people who may have helped you or may have helped you in a way of showing you that you deserve better, which has helped you grow, right, as a person. But there has not been a lot of outside help. There's been a lot of other versions of you where you have to do this, but most of this is done on your own. You have not handed the baton off to anybody. So I want to tell you congratulations for that. You are a bad motherfucker. You got this shit. Your next year, you've already done all that hard work. You've already built up all that stamina as far as like what it is you need to do for your soul. So as we go into this next year where we're talking about doing that closure, ending off this year, starting and prepping for that new year and everything. You've already ended that closure. You're already done. Yes, there may be a few things that you need to snip and fix here and there, but for the most part, you're ready to start doing that positive work to prepare for the next year. You're done. This chapter's over. Great. Let's figure it out. And to be honest with you, especially if you're a Sagittarius, of course that's what you're saying. You're already 3 steps ahead of most of what everybody else is because you took the time, especially in these last few weeks, but really this whole year, you have been taking everything as there's my, okay, that's an example. I get that. There's that lesson. Oh, I understand this as well. And things have really just been like clicking for you really quickly. You're going to start to see signs. You're going to start to see opportunities, and they're going to be opportunities for things that you think that you don't deserve, and you absolutely fucking do. So stop that shit. You deserve it. You've done the work that you need to. Yes, we all want to do something different. We want to get out of our 9 to 5, whatever. Everybody's doing that. No, we're not crazy. There's a reason why you're feeling that way. Give yourself the year to prep it, to daydream it, to think about what that would be like, to feel what that would be like, to maybe plan what that might be like. What's the harm in making a vision board on if I could make that happen in a year? What's the harm in daydreaming and meditating and visualizing that happening? What's the harm in writing down your goals and saying, you know what, by the end of next year, this is where I want to be? What's the harm in that? Because the more that you do that, the more that you align to that, the more that you tell yourself that you deserve that, you are that, I'm working to that, I'm doing that because I say so. I don't care what anybody else says. Guess what? It's going to happen for you. That's where you are now. You have done the shadow work. You've done all that. Great, wonderful. Let that shit sit in the past like you fucking know and move on to the bigger, better version of yourself. The 5 of Water. So anyway, you need to be aware that you deserve it. I think that you have felt like, of course, I've done this all by myself. You feel like maybe you don't have the support that you necessarily want. Sometimes you might be able to get in your feelings a little bit about the fact that it's not a big crowd that understands you, and that's okay. It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to go through that, but you need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your gut. Those people that you have been being told, like, this person doesn't need to be around me anymore, or I need to get rid of this job, or I need to get out of this city, or whatever the situation is, you need to listen to that. And yes, your circle is going to be a little bit small, but that's okay. It is quality over quantity. And right now, to have people around you that understand, that want to lift you up, that want to motivate you, that get that we are on this up and up and it is nothing but greatness from here on out, and to understand your mindset and to continue to support you without any kind of like judgment or like low key behind your back talking shit, saying you're never going to make it because they're jealous or whatever. Like, you don't need none of that. You're past all of that. Like, wish them nothing but the best. I hope that, you find your journey and you get where you need to go. I'm appreciative for the relationship that we've had. Again, whether this is people, places, locations, things, whatever, and get rid of it. Leave it on a good note where you feel like you were honoring and you were respectful of those things, and then allow them to just be let go. Just let them blow away. Just let them water flow down the river. Just take it away, okay? It's going to be a little bit of work with that. You are going to have a little bit of a hard time. While things may seem like it's easy, there are going to be times where you're going to feel like you're drowning. You're going to feel like you don't have your community. You're going to feel like you're not understood. In those times, if you're really spiraling and you can't find a good place within yourself, go to the community that you know you have. Reach out to people on similar social media like this and whatever it is that you need. But you do have people around you if you open your eyes and you allow yourself to see that, to feel the gratitude when you do have that, so that when those times do come, you know those people you can go to. You trust your gut, you know where to go. And we have the Six of Fire, which is beautiful. Like I said, you do have a community of people who understand you. It may not be a large community, but they get you. They love what you're doing. They're doing the same kind of a thing. And they're really going to help motivate you to manifest those things that you are passionate about. They see that passion because they respect that. They have the same thing. Even if it's not the same passion, they still understand that drive, that momentum, and that working hard to get to where you are. And they're going to help you feel gratitude. They're going to help you feel seen. They're going to help you feel heard. And they're going to help you really, like I said, manifest. They're going to almost be the magic to your wand, if you will, or the fire to your matchstick, or however you want to say, right? It's really going to, having those few people that you make that connection with, that make you feel that way, are going to be the people that keep that engine running and keeping you hitting all of those goals like a bad motherfucker that you are. And they are too, because let's be real, at that point you guys are all on the same level, and everybody deserves to get their applause, get their flowers, and continue to level the fuck up. Lifting the veil. You're lifting the veil. This is what's happening. It's already happened. You've already done this. You've put the work in. You can see where it is. It's literally all you need to do at this point is to separate the curtain, and that's what you're doing. And like I said, not everybody's going to understand this. Not everybody's going to be able to see the utopia that you see. Not everybody's going to get it. For some people, when you open up your curtains, you're going to blind their eyes, and they're going to be uncomfortable, and they're not going to like it, and that's okay. Those people can go ahead and leave the room and go to where they're comfortable, because this is where you're meant to be. This is your utopia. This is where you are working towards. This peace, this gratitude, this love, this light and calm and just serene, that's your life now. There's no more of this. There's no more running around crazy, panicky. You did that. You got that. You learned valuable lessons, very valuable lessons, both positive and I don't want to say negative, but you've gone through negative things that have showed you positives now. You're past that, okay? You can mourn those losses. You can go through that stuff, feel those feelings, but you are going to connect with those people that make you feel special, those people that really put you first, that make you feel like you are a dime a dozen, because you guys are all on that platform. You guys are all on that wave, and you guys got this shit. Manifest that fucking peace and abundance and tranquility. You got this shit. You got this shit. Fuck yes, 2025 is your year already, bitch. Yes. Pile number 3. Let's find out what it is you need to know about the ending of your 2024 and moving forward to 2025. I'm going to say for your guys' pile right away, the energies that I get are much more calm, go with the flow. I feel like it's kind of like, I'm not sure what's happening, but we're just going to see where it leads me. I know that people are panicking. I know that chaos is happening around me. And even though I feel upset, I feel stressed sometimes, I'm not setting the dumpster on fire like some people are around me. I'm actually fairly content with my life right now. And I'm excited to see where it comes for 2025. We have the sovereignty of Earth. So like I said, you guys have already I don't want to say that you guys are comfortable in chaos, because that's not necessarily what I'm saying either. I'm seeing that you guys have a very unique gift of being able to keep your calm and keep your composure. And I feel like maybe you guys kind of grew up in a chaotic house, but now you're super, you're reserved because you've been through that. So you're used to it, but that's not what your life is now anymore. You've done the healing, you've gone through those things. And now, even though that chaos happens around you, you learn how to process those things. You learn how to keep your calm and really I don't want to say overanalyze, but you are very internal with the things that you think or do. And you're ready for this. You're this has been crazy, but this is what we were expecting. I'm also getting the vibes that you might be an Aquarius or a Pisces. That also kind of vibe. A very carefree, very airy, very, like I said, we're just going with it. We're just seeing where the wind blows, and I'm just dancing like a leaf in it. And if I get tumbled a little bit, hopefully I'm beautiful on all sides as people see me fly by. That's the type of thing that I'm getting from you. We have the Ace of Air. I literally just said... Like I said, so you guys are just very much I think that you guys are picking up on the energy of what's coming, the peace that's coming. This is your time, especially if you're an Aquarius. But you see the horizon already rising, similar to this card. You see that sunrise already happening. You know that this is your time. You know that goodness and greatness are here and that the chaos is over. So you're almost seeing the end of this year and moving into the next year. You're seeing it like similar to like those like apocalyptic type movies where towards the end like there's nothing left and like they like emerge from like underground or whatever, if you will, and everything is just like smoke. Like there's nothing. There's like not even buildings or anything. Everything is just gone and it's smoky, but everybody feels like relieved because it's like the terror, the horror that we have been through is now over, and that means we get to rebuild now. And how exciting, because we get to literally rebuild from scratch. We don't have to go by anybody else's rules or anybody else's outlines or foundation. It's really a time to start and begin completely new. So you are in a time in your life where you are starting a completely new chapter. I'm seeing that you are just like whoever you've been, you're like, I don't even know who that person is anymore. Like you're starting your entire life over. And good for you, because a lot of people have felt like they want to do that but have not had the courage to do it. So good for you that not only are you feeling that way, but I hope that you take the initiative to actually go for it and do it, because it is going to bring you in alignment with what it is that you're wanting to do, who it is you're trying to be, and really what your soul's purpose is to be here, and you really want to fulfill that. We also have the sovereignty of water, guys. Like I said, so you have already put in the work as far as, in the 3D with all of that. You've also been putting in work, like I said, with your emotions, with your intuition. You feel comfort. You feel peace. You're like, I've already jumped. I'm already being caught. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just enjoying the fall as I come down because I know I'm going to be caught by a pillowy abundance beneath me. I'm very curious if this is you. Let me know down below what it is that you are excited to start, because I'm seeing this so vague. Like it's creative, it's different, it's very out there, but I'm not getting any kind of like hint to where it is or what's going on. So let me know down below because I am very curious. However, we have the 8 of water as well. So like I said, you guys have been putting in that work. I think that I want to say that you guys have like either gotten into more meditative and yoga type things, or you've just found a way to really, like I said, balance and harmonize yourself. You're really like, you may have lived a really chaotic life before, or you may have been all over the place, or maybe you had like addiction problems or things like that, and now you're in recovery. Whatever it is, like this, you guys are going to look back at your life and you're going to be like, yeah, 2025, that was like when I literally broke out of my shell and my second life began. Like the life of my dreams, who I wanted to be. When you hear people sometimes say like, oh, I had a near-death experience or whatever, and I came back and like I had this whole like epiphany on life, that is what 2025 is going to be for you. I mean, really 2024 was for you, but 2025 is going to be really stepping into that. So anything that makes you feel that light, airy feeling, it makes you feel like I can just let go, I can just be caught, go for it. Okay. I'm seeing that you guys are definitely like I said, you guys are kind of out there. Like your sense of style is maybe a little bit different. I'm getting like, it's wild because I'm getting like very, I want to say like 90s kind of vibe. I'm seeing like trippy, melty, smiley faces on like big, baggy clothes. Wild. Anyway, that's the point. That's the type of vibe that I'm seeing for you, where people definitely see you, right? When you walk down the street, people are like, they draw their attention to you. And I think that you've been a little bit nervous about whether or not you wanted to be that person. So you've been kind of reserved, or you kind of try to fit in with what society wanted you to be. And you're realizing like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I actually just am I love dressing the way I want that I don't care what people think anymore. Like I've done that work. I'm over it. And it's just time to really like bask in my uniqueness, bask in my creativity, allow my life to be the life of luxury, of art, of beauty, of like fine wines. Like I'm seeing super like, not necessarily simple lifestyle, but just more calm, and everything just flows to you. Everything just comes to you. Everything that you need, everything that you desire, it just comes to you with ease. Like there's just this sense of, like I said, the wind just blows it in for you. A lot of luck, a lot of positivity, a lot of alignment for you. You've put in a lot of good work. Lost lands. Like I said, you guys, you're leaving behind what it was. There's obviously still going to be parts of you that will sometimes identify with that or kind of think back on it, or like you'll have like these times where you'll daydream about your past and be like, it seems like a whole nother lifetime ago. Like that's how wild this jump is going to be for you guys. So really just hold into it, hold on to it. soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. I mean, feel that sense of peace and calmness. And like I said, guys, I just said like luck, abundance. I'm hearing like Jupiter. I'm hearing like slot machines winning. Like I'm hearing like I am so lucky. Everything comes to me with ease. Money flows to me with ease. People are always giving me free things. It is just a magical how often things just fall into my lap. That is your energy. That is your vibe. That is what you are going through. And like, similar, like I said, to like Atlantis, like this utopia of like this hidden knowledge almost that you have. It's almost like a secret because you're like, this is just the way that I am. This just clicked for me. And I don't live in that 3D realm anymore. I don't live in that VR. I live where I am. I live in this reality that I claim to be mine. And it's like almost unfathomable to some people, but it doesn't matter because it's yours. And that's what's important. And you know how to continue to live in that peace. You know how to continue to manifest what it is that feels right for you because it is your experience. And we have Star Brothers, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Like, again, you are protected. You feel that. You know that. You feel it within the depths of your soul. You're like, I have jumped. I am being caught. Literally all these things that I have said. There's no question for you. So guys, for pile number 3, like, I don't even really have anything to say. I'm not even sure why you're here other than to validate, yeah, you're not going crazy. This is all happening. This is all right for you. So what makes you feel light? What makes you feel free? I'm seeing with these baby blues and again with those like air and stuff, what makes you feel like you are just floating through life? What makes you just feel as light as a feather? Follow whatever that is. Continue to hold on to that. Do whatever you've got to do to have that energy as much as you can in your life and allow it to continue to attract back to you because you're a natural at it. So just continue to keep up the good work.